Okay, so starting a little project here for my makeshift YouTube channel. This is a transmission 5-speed standard that come out of a 2005 Toyota Matrix. Used to belong to my friend. He no longer has the car. The reason why I have the transmission is because the transmission became problematic about, oh, 6 or 8 months ago. And we managed to locate another good used transmission out of a similar design car. So he replaced it, but he no longer has the car. That's irrelevant to the video. The problem with the transmission, as I remember, was it became crunchy in one of the gears. And that suggests that there's a synchronizer issue. I don't remember if it was third or fourth gear that was crunchy, meaning it would, grind or crunch when you go to put it into gear. First gear was good. Second gear, I'm pretty sure was good. Fifth gear was fine, so it's either third or fourth. Now, I don't know anything about taking apart manual transmissions per se. I've never actually done it. I've never even pulled apart an automatic, to be completely honest, but you learn, you figure things out as you go. I've watched a few videos online. So I'm not taking this transmission apart to rebuild it. The reason I say that is because I looked at the cost of rebuilding this transmission, and it's just south of $800. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad price wise. Like I said, I've never done a transmission, so $830 could be a really good deal. Then again, $830 could be an extraordinary ripoff. I really don't know. I don't have a point of reference because I've never done one. The only thing I know about transmissions manuals is you've got a series of shafts that runs the length of the transmission from up here down there. There are gears mounted on them. First gear, second gear, third, fourth, and fifth. And basically the way it works is you've got shifting forks that transfers your power from your input shaft, which comes in from down here where the motor mounts up. It transfers it from one gear set to another by way of synchronizers, which synchronizes the speeds of the gears so they don't clash and they lock up properly. The only thing I know for sure is fourth gear is a direct 1-to-1 gear ratio, if I'm understanding that correctly. So the RPM of the input shaft from the transmission, from the engine, equals the RPM range coming out of your output shaft here. And then fifth gear is a geared up ratio, and fifth gear is, I believe, located up in here. This should be the fifth gear area. I've never pulled apart a transmission before. I've watched a video last night on a transmission that looks fairly similar to this one. So I'm basically doing this as an experiment to kind of learn and see what's inside a transmission. Now, this video is being recorded on a cheap $20 Walmart LG Straight Talk smartphone. So if the video quality sucks, well, that's why. I cannot use my regular YouTube account and link it to this phone. So this video likely will not be located on Poor Redneck World unless I go to my regular account on that account and like the video and put it in my playlist. In which case it'll show up. This video is going to be on my regular or my secondary YouTube channel. So anyway, this is going to be a multi-part video. I don't know how far I'll get into this transmission because I know there's stuff in there that's pressed on there, gears are pressed on, and I don't have pullers presently to completely dismantle this transmission. So I'm not sure exactly how far I'll get into it, but it will be a multi-part video to kind of illustrate as I go. And at some point I will be getting my hands on an automatic transmission out of a 95 Explorer 4-wheel drive. Transmission went out on me on a vehicle that I'm going to be acquiring, I hope, very soon. So I'll be learning about automatics too. So I've got it sitting here trying to drain out the transmission oil into my little makeshift catch pan. And when I do get started, it's so cloudy, I don't know if I want to do it right now because it could start raining on me at any moment. But I think where I need to start is pull off this bracket that helps to support this shift linkage arm. Pull out the bolts and pull this entire shift linkage mechanism out. That should free up some things. I then need to pull this cap off, which is going to give me access to my 5th gear. I don't know what the actual name for these are, but the guy on the video I was watching last night referred to them as tent bolts. I'm sure there's something else, but they're spring-loaded, I call them pins. Little mechanisms that allows this, let's see, it allows this shift arm to move in small bits and it's not just freely up and down. It's like a lock mechanism, spring-loaded. These need to be pulled in order to pull anything else once you get this cap off, so I'll probably start pulling some things out of here. But this is more just an experimental learn-as-you-go video to see what's inside, and with any luck, maybe I'll be able to get into this transmission and figure out what went wrong. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything with the transmission besides tearing it apart, learning about it, hopefully seeing what's wrong. If I can get my hands on a puller, my friend may have one, I'm not sure, I will attempt to pull this transmission clean apart and have it laid out across this workbench here. I'll have to move this box of Jeep suspension parts. So I may just take this transmission apart and lay all the pieces out on this table just so I can get a feel for how it comes apart. And I guess we'll go from there. So this will be part 1, and how many parts there will be on this video, I don't know. But if you watch this video, thanks for watching, and I guess we'll kind of learn as we go. Oh yeah, want to make sure I caught this. For anybody, maybe somebody will be interested, I don't know. This is the transmission ID tag. It's a metal plate. It's riveted on. I think it says 2T1KR32E6. That's the top line, bottom line. 5034190. And it looks as though there may have been another tag, a stick-on tag here. It's gone. I don't know if there was or if that's just from something else mounting up here. Don't know. But anyway, that's what we've got.